looky here. We're the wrong size. Hi, Sydney.
Hello.
How you doing today? Boy, we just saw Frosty on the countdown timer, didn't we?
Yes. He's still here hanging out, waiting for his forever family.
Boy, we got a really good show today. Boy.
I'm super excited. We have, from Great Pyrenees Rescue, we have dogs that have all been in foster for 6 months or more.
Yeah.
So
what that means doesn't mean they're bad dogs. It means they know a lot about them.
Absolutely. Yeah. And they deserve to be highlighted today.
Yeah. I don't know if anybody saw the main GPRS Facebook page, but 2 of them are having a little bit of a conflict on who's going to be the star today. All right.
Really, all of them.
And then in Colorado, oh boy, we got some puppies coming on too. But I hope these dogs don't overshadow the puppies. Wouldn't that be a first?
Yeah.
That would be amazing. The first dog we got. Oh, I just want to touch on something. And I told the lady I would try to remember to do it. So if I don't do it now, I'm going to forget. How many of you folks out there, when you walk your dog on a leash and they meet somebody on a walk, a human or canine, and they turn in your sweet little boy or girl turns into Cujo? All right. How many times has that happened to you? Actually, it's not an uncommon occurrence. Oh, it's definitely unwanted, but it's not uncommon. And we always got to remember, don't address the behavior. We want to address what causes the behavior. Okay. So, and there could be a few layers of it. But the thing of it is that with those that sound so bad, they're usually the quickest to address because the triggers surface quickly. You take away the trigger, usually the behavior goes away because it's not the person, it's what's causing them to be afraid of that person. Okay. So anyway, but I told the lady I try to remember just to touch on that. So, and it's not, these behaviors are not hard to address. Okay. They are not. I know everybody's saying, well, yeah, you tell me it's easy for you to sit there and say that. Okay. NewHopePeers.org. I'll put my money where my mouth is because there is none involved. All right. I'm a volunteer. All right. Our first dog up for today. Whew, and she's been there a while. She's been on before.
Yes.
And some of you may remember her even, but from back in August. So we're going to have an update, and she's not staying in rescue because she's a bad dog. She's staying in rescue because it's just not a fit of an applicant yet. Or mom might want her. You never know, foster mom, but that's not what she does. And it doesn't matter because nobody knows, well, Kiko better than Cindy does. So, and she's the one that does have the final say somewhat. I don't know how that works, so I better keep my mouth shut. Let's give you an updated video, then we'll give you an update on Kiko. What a catchy tune.
Great video.
Yeah, look, and there is Kiko right there. Boy, what a good looking girl. So I can see where she thinks she's going to be a star of the show today. I see that. Hi, Cindy.
Hey, Steve. How are you?
I'm doing all right. I know you got a tight schedule, so we brought you up first.
Thank
So
you.
for those of you folks out there viewing, his foster mom's got to leave after she brings Kiko on. Kiko demanded she come on, okay, because she found out Sargento was coming on somehow. So Cindy's gonna go first for us, and she's done it before. So let's start with an update. Anything new other than she's all healed up now?
Yeah, she is. She doesn't display any kind of pain or discomfort from her hip dysplasia and the surgeries that she's had when she was younger. She runs around and plays with my 2 resident peers in the house. She tries to keep up, but you saw in the video, she kind of hops. And so she doesn't have like the speed and the agility like the other 2, but she's still trying to get in there and play. This is her nap time, so that's why she's not up and active really. I have a bag of treats like right in front of the camera, kind of trying to keep her attention, but she's kind of over it now. And we're still working on her getting comfortable, with the wood floor. For her, I think
dreaded slippery floor.
Yeah.
Huh?
Yep. So we're still working on her getting more confident and more comfortable with that. She is getting better. She will now get about 3 paws on the wood floor. So that's definitely progress compared to before, where she wouldn't even get 1 paw on there. So she's getting better. Very comfortable. She's great personality, loves to meet new people. Yep, that's her excited jump when she sees new people, or she's having her burst of energy. She does that all the time. It's really
I was going to
cute.
ask you about that because the photo appears you're teaching her to do something, but I wasn't sure.
No, that was just her. My daughter had bought a new toy, and you can't really see it in the picture, but she was playing with it and she was trying to catch it, and so she jumped up on her hind legs to try to catch it. So that's
wow.
Good timing with the photo.
I love self-entertaining peers.
She looks like a seahorse.
Yeah, she does.
She's definitely a good-looking girl.
Yep. Yep. So she gets along with all kinds of dogs, people, kids. Very friendly. Never have to correct her. She doesn't show aggression. Wow. And she's just.
Why is she still there?
Yeah, I don't know.
That's craziness.
We've had a couple of applicants that were interested, but I think just the unknown of kind of what her future would look like, and of course there's tons of dogs.
If they have all hardwood floors, that may not be the place to send her either.
Yep, that too. And so we've talked to a couple of potential adopters, but then afterwards they've considered, maybe it's not the best fit. And
right.
And I would agree. So,
she'll conquer it. She'll eventually conquer it, and you're going to guide her through it. I know that'll happen. How old is she now?
Let me think. So she was born in March, so she's coming up on her birthday in a couple of weeks. I want to say she's going to be 3, actually.
Wow.
Yeah.
All right, everybody, you hear that? It's time to get Kiko a home that, well, better than Cindy's. Well, it should be at least as good as Cindy's. So
yes,
and besides that, the screeners are very good with this rescue, right, Sydney?
They are, they're very invested.
Yes, very, very professional in 100% of the cases that I've experienced anyway. Now, if she conquers the wooden floors with you, the slippery floors with you, would that alter your view of her on a family with a wooden floor?
I don't know. I would have to see how well she does on the wood floor.
I understand because you got what you're watching out for her.
Yes, exactly.
I got you. And you're being a protective foster mama.
Yes, I am. Since we've had her for quite some time now. So.
All right. Yes, you have. And you don't have any problem with that either because she's such an easy dog, isn't she?
She really is. Super easy,
Wow.
gets along with my 2 dogs. And so, I mean, no issues.
So the run of perfect peers at GPRS continues. So
Cindy?
what? Go ahead.
Oh yeah, Cindy, it looks like you have wood floors, but you have giant rugs so that she can have like gain purchase and kind of go from rug island to rug island.
Yeah, we do. We have some of these runners that kind of just cover up the wood floors, give her some,
Sorry, Cindy.
just more comfortable so she can walk between kind of the kitchen area, in the living room area, and around the house. So yeah, we do have a couple of runners. We've actually taken some away just because, we wanted to test her to see, once she kind of got used to the routes and the routine. So we've taken away a couple of runners and she seems to be okay. Like the wood floor you see right behind her, she's actually okay walking along that wood floor and getting from, the wood floor into the back door.
Okay.
It's like she almost knows this. She feels like it's not there for her because she's seen it over and over every day, and she just knows, okay, that's where that thing is. And but new things will kind of give her that unknown feeling of, okay, I don't know what this is. I don't know how to handle it. But based on the routine, she's gotten used to it.
Okay.
Certain parts.
I love how she does her paws like that. Look at that.
Yes, and her brother actually does the same thing. The one that got adopted in Oklahoma.
The one they used to call Stevie?
No, the other one that was called King. He was the other K puppy at the time. So the adopted mom would send me pictures, and just like that, both of his paws would be curled in as well when they're relaxing.
Is that camera angle or her legs that long?
That's probably camera angle.
Okay. What about this pillow? Looks like she's pretty comfy with the pillow.
Yeah, she looks pretty comfy with the pillow. She has it around the living room, and she likes to lay on it. She just likes to put her head on it once in a while.
Will that travel with her?
I would have to ask my daughter. That's my daughter's pillow.
Okay. Well, then that's if it's needed. Would it? So it's not a security blanket of any sort. So it probably wouldn't have to travel.
Yeah, not really. There's some other ones, other toys that she likes to play with that we would send with her. I've done that with my other puppies and fosters. And
that's the thing about it for our viewers. If the dog has something special that they like, the foster will send it with them.
Yep.
Right? Providing it's not a safe that has like $10,000 in it. That would be special to the dog, but it's a little more special to the foster. Go ahead, Sydney. I know I haven't asked all the questions.
Yeah. So does Keiko go on car ride adventures at all?
We've done a little bit, but she is not comfortable. She has a little anxiety about it. I think just because when she was a puppy, her trips in the car were usually to the vet. And so there's that association. And of course, she needs help getting into the car right now. We have SUV, so we always just have to kind of lift her up and get her in. But she seems to do better when her sisters are in the car with her, just because they're happy. They stick their heads out. So she's kind of watching and learning kind of what to do in the car ride.
And just that attitude actually elevates hers back out of a spot she didn't want to be in. Right. Yeah.
And so we've been trying to do short little car trips just to kind of let her know that it's not always, the destination is not always to the vet. It may be somewhere fun.
Yeah.
But yeah, she's still adjusting to that.
Okay. All right. Well, she's got her own webpage scrolling across the bottom.
Yeah.
But at the same time, what's easier to remember is just go to GreatPyreneesRescueSociety.org and go to the adoptable dogs, and she'll be there. They're in alphabetical order. She's just adorable. Oh, how much does she weigh? Rena wants to know. Looks like Jean-Luc might be getting a sister.
She is, the last time we weighed her, I want to say she was 72.
Okay.
Yeah.
She looks good. She looks a good weight.
Yeah.
All right. Wow. Okay. We got more
And
comments up here.
do you take her for short walks?
We do in the front yard. If she's kind of funny in the way where she doesn't want to walk straight down the driveway and into the street because we live like on a cul-de-sac. She wants to walk like horizontal across the grass and kind of down the street. And I think that's just her comfort level of like, I want some grass under my feet.
Okay.
Go down the street.
Actually, there's a lot of reasons that happens, similar to a reason why dogs, some will bunny hop and some won't.
Yeah.
It's just what they learned when they was a puppy and stayed with them. There's no indicators of orthopedic issues there because I've had dogs not bunny hop with bad hips. Okay.
Okay.
So it's not an indicator of anything, and surgeons will tell you that. And that is relayed from surgeons because I'm not one.
Yeah. So she does well. She does well on short walks.
Cool. All right. And she's never met a bad dog or a bad human, huh?
Nope.
She likes them all.
She does. She likes them all. And she knows her, you know, if a dog, we have my brother's dog that comes over and she's pretty wild, just very hyper. And, you know, she kind of knows if the dog snaps at her, she just backs off. She's like, all right, well, I'll just go over here. So she's very respectful of other dogs as well.
I can't get over that picture from the first time she was on.
Yeah.
She kind of had her buddy.
Yes. And that was her buddy when she was a puppy too.
Oh, really?
Yep. Mm-hmm.
Now, is it still around? Does she still?
She doesn't hug it as often,
Okay.
but we still have the bear.
Gosh, yeah. That's just adorable. It really is.
Yeah. And I promise I didn't prop it that way. She just did it all by herself.
Okay. And I'll make a promise too, as long as somebody reminds me I just opened my mouth. Whoever adopts her, I will make sure you'll get a digital version of that picture. And wow, what a girl. I know you got a tight schedule, Cindy. We're not gonna keep you on here. Great Pyrenees Rescue Society.org. That's where beautiful Kiko is. And I bet you she's been a joy to have around too, hasn't she?
She has. Her personality's a hoot.
Yeah, I'm seeing that, Mom. You got to get up and move that tree closer to me, please.
Yeah, I know. All right.
I think it's more true than not. More true than a joke, but probably one of your first prerequisites to own a Great Pyrenees is that you already have a sense of humor.
Yeah. Yes.
All right. So, all right. Cindy, thank you so much. Anything to add, Cindy, before we go, or Sydney, before we take her down?
No, thank you, Cindy, so much for bringing Keiko on because she is really special, and so it's so fun to see her live.
Yes.
Well, thank you for having us on again. Appreciate it.
Maybe
we can find her forever family.
Yeah, I think we should, and I think she well deserves it. But we also know she's in very good hands too. So. All right. Okay, Cindy, I'll take you down to the green room so you can exit gracefully. Thank you again for bringing her on and taking this time out of your Sunday.
Thank you. All right.
Bye now.
Take care.
What a good look at. Whoops, I didn't take Kiko down. I brought Judy up. I'm glad she was dressed. All right. Wow, what a good looking dog. So I guess what's next? I guess we should bring up the Challenger.
Let's, shall we?
Yeah, let's do that because he challenged her because he wants to be the star. Hi, Sarge. Hi, Sherry.
Hello.
That is Sargento, huh? I didn't play his video. Hang on. Let's start that one over again. I just didn't. I wanted to do this while he was fresh in everybody's head. And so here, we'll do it this way. And there he is again. Boy, you know what? I think I agree with him. Kiko does have competition here.
What do
So,
you
look at him. Wow. How much does he weigh? He looks like a big boy.
He is a big boy. I would probably guess he's about 90 pounds now. When we got him, he was super skinny. We had been infested in fleas and ticks and a multitude of worms, but he's filled out just fine.
Wow, look
He-
at that sweet,
Okay.
gentle boy.
He is very.
But I have a feeling he's not always sweet. Is he mischievous?
He can be a little grumpy. So
Okay. What about a little stinker?
yeah, he has foster siblings and he doesn't like to share very well. So
Okay.
if they get near him when he doesn't want them near, he voices
Okay.
that. He'll growl at them.
Okay. That's fair.
Yeah.
And it can be easily managed and addressed if it's even a problem.
Yeah, he does know. He knows what no means, and he knows he needs to stop. It's just a matter of
All right.
addressing it before it escalates.
And plus, two, the other dog that he growls at can also let him know, I'm not a threat, and he'll walk away.
Yeah.
And that's usually the best part. The ones that don't, those are the ones that we have to work on the other dog. Okay. So anyway, wow. How long have you had him? He's been there for a little while, hasn't he?
Since September, yes.
Oh, that's not that bad.
August, September, somewhere right around there.
Okay. I'm going to put his webpage scrolling across the bottom. How about that? I remembered that part, Cindy. I'm going to let you take over because I already screwed up once. Or maybe Cindy can't take over for some reason. But
What am I taking over?
oh, you're going to ask her the question.
Oh, so he has how many foster siblings? 3?
3, yes.
Okay, and they're all big.
Yes. We have 1 lab and 2 other peer mixes.
Okay, and so are they similar in age to him, or?
For the most part, yes. I think we have 1 senior who's our Labrador, but the others are anywhere from, he's going to be the youngest, but I think the next one is maybe 3.
Okay.
Wow.
And so does he have one particular dog in your pack that he enjoys playing with, or does he kind of move around?
He does. It's going to be our youngest, who's also the one, as Steve mentioned, is the one who doesn't back down and back off when he growls. So they have a bit of a love-hate relationship.
Now,
But
has he learned what your other resident dog has been teaching him? Do you know what I'm talking about?
No, he has
Cat
not.
dog, your cat peer.
Yes, my cat here. Sarge actually has never gotten on a bed or a couch. He's not even gone up the stairs when we've all been up the stairs. So he'll get his front legs up, but he keeps the back legs on the ground.
Okay, now will he cuddle if you lay with him like that?
Yes.
I can see.
Yep, he will.
Okay, he just won't get on the furniture. And for those folks, and there's adopters there are some folks that don't want the dogs on their furniture.
Oh, yes, I think it's fabulous. I wish the others wouldn't.
Yeah, I mean, but we do respect it. You know, if you don't want them on the furniture, teach them. You know, give them a better place to lay. Then that's all. It's not hard. Oh, yeah, it can be, but it's usually not. It's not the end of the world. Wow, look at him. He's just amazing. I'll tell you, he was right. Maybe he is going to be the star. I feel bad for the little puppies in Colorado now. They got competition.
Well, and who needs a couch when you have a pretty sweet dog bed like that?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, he'll even squeeze into the small. We have one of the bark box beds that GPRS gave us as a foster that it says it's for a large, but it has the bolsters all the way around, so it probably fits more of a medium-sized dog. He will squeeze himself into that one.
Well, a lot of peer owners know that the peer is capable of making themselves appear little. Okay?
Yes.
Wow.
So do you take him out on hikes? Do you take him out on walks and like to a coffee shop or any of those things?
I'll be honest, I have not taken him out to social settings. I have walked him. He does fine on that. He's great actually if you keep him close. You know, you keep the leash short, he'll walk right next to me with no issues. It's when it gets loosened up a little bit that he wants to stop and sniff and not keep up the pace, but he redirects very well. We do have an active household, so people come in and out all the time.
Oh, really?
Yep, and he's perfectly fine. He'll get a little excited, and I say nip, and it's not really nip. I think he tries to grab the arm to get their attention.
He doesn't have thumbs.
Right. So he'll do that, which has thrown a couple visitors off, but he's never bit down or anything. It's just been to get their attention.
He may have just been trying to shake their hand too. You never know.
Yeah. Well, and he's competing against, the attention of the three others. So
What about the infamous peer paw? Does he have one?
he most definitely does. Yes.
All right.
So when you walk him, do you typically walk him by himself or do you walk him with one of your other dogs?
I've done it just with him, just because it's easier. Still learning him, still learning when he's going to. Although he's been fine, I want to make sure I can control the situation if anything happens.
Because of his size, right?
Right.
Yeah.
It doesn't mean he's going to do something. It means she has to be prepared.
Right. Yeah.
Now I understand that he likes to cook.
He loves food. He loves pizza. He loves garlic bread. I can do this because he's helped himself to it off the counters.
So we have us a little stinker.
He is a counter surfer. You have to watch him for sure.
And counter surfing is addressable. And in some cases, it's in no way challenging. It's not hard. So, and her and Sherry and I is going to help him through that too. I think, if I remember right from yesterday.
Yeah. He knows no, and he minds. It's just a matter, of catching it when it's happening.
Okay. So, what kind of home do you think would be good for him? One with cats, rabbits, and stuff, or not?
He has not been exposed to cats, so I'm not sure. Although I will say, in taking him on walks where we've passed fences with crazy dogs, he hasn't paid any attention. So I don't know. Maybe he would be. Now that I say that, there was a rabbit. He did want to go after the rabbit, so maybe that's not necessarily the best. He is, as you can see,
he's a dog.
He's very laid back. And he would probably be perfectly content being the only dog and not having to pay attention.
You couldn't have said that better. Very laid back, and because we're witnessing it too.
He's very laid back.
Wow, that's pretty cool. That's a good man. Oh man, you just wait till you see the next one coming up too. Well, we're going to leave her up. Sherry told us that she can stay on for the show, and always remember, if you got to go do something, that's okay. We'll watch him while you're gone.
Okay, thank you.
All right, Great Pyrenees Rescue Society.org. That's where it's at. If you didn't get all that copied down, running below the screen there. But that's just the address to go his webpage, if you may. That's where his bio is. All right. Anything you'd like to add or ask Sherry or Sydney before we bring next one up?
No, I think that's great. So it sounds like he's encountered people of all different ages.
Yes, he has.
And
how old are your kids?
Well, my kids are older, so they're in high school and college, but we've had the screaming toddlers come visit and the babies, and he's been perfectly fine with all of them.
So it's almost like he's had experience with it in the past.
Perhaps.
Okay. That's good. Most peers get along with children. It's the past that is the problem sometimes. So, but not all the time, because a lot of them get over it. And if not, we give them a hand. They're not giving you a hard time. They're having a hard time. Give them a hand. Wow. Sherry, he's such a good looking boy. And we got another one coming up. Holy cow. The show is just full of it today, isn't it? So our next boy looks like they could be brothers.
I know.
But they're not, right? Best you know?
Nope, they are not.
All right. Well, we're going to bring him up while his video's playing. Now, he stayed out of the competition between Kiko and Sargento. By the way, everybody, you can put your votes in. Who do you think the star of the show was between Kiko and Sargento? I think it's a tie myself. Sorry, Kiko. She's not here to defend herself. All right. Let's bring this next boy up. Wow, look at him.
Yes, indeed.
That last picture in the video is the one that looks like Sargento.
I saw that. I can see that. Sargento's a handsome fella too.
He sure is, isn't he? Now old Sebastian's not quite as big as Sargento, is he?
No, Sebastian was very thin when we got him. He came from a high kill shelter out here in East Texas. And we got him. He was very underweight. He'd been eating pretty healthy since we got him in August. So he's up to 67 pounds.
Wow,
that's still pretty light for a Pyrenees, right? I mean, he's
and he is thin.
He's got some. You know, he's getting healthier for sure. You cannot really feel his ribs through his coat, which is nice. But his back hips are pretty thin. He's just a good-natured goofball, and yeah.
I had one similar to that a while back, that the vets believed that the dog was confined to a crate before rescue, and that was muscle mass loss. Okay, but now obviously Sebastian's not that dog, and we have no idea on that one. But holy cow, is he tired? Did he just get done doing his zoomies? We don't get to witness them?
He had a little micro round of the zoomies a little bit ago, but I've reserved. I'm going to hopefully bring out his sister here in a little bit, and we'll see if we can get them to act the fool. Okay. They're pretty funny. You can see a little bit of that tail swish, and yeah, he's a good dude for sure. He likes to just sit and kind of watch the. Sorry, I'm trying to get a good angle here. He's wanting to talk to me about something. He likes to sit and look up at the sky, and it's pretty still at the moment. Earlier, it was really windy, and the clouds were really moving, and he was kind of sitting just watching the sky go. The clouds.
Well, in this photo, it looks like he's watching whatever's grilling right now.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. He loves that. He's my sausage security specialist, and he'll make sure that nothing comes to steal the sausage at all.
I love it. Wow. So he's not a counter surfer, unlike Sarge, then, right?
He's really not. I have not seen him. I mean, I can't make any promises, but he has not gotten up on the counter yet.
If you leave a T-bone steak on your counter unattended, isn't that
exactly? All bets are off. If there's a high value target like that, he's probably going in.
Okay. All right. Is this an early on picture of him?
I think it is. Yeah, that was after just having him for just a couple of weeks, and
Okay.
we were taking him. I don't know if we were going to the vet or where we were going.
Well, I asked you about that last night when we was doing a practice run.
Yeah.
And what was that story?
So he was in the back of my wife's car, and she had a little kind of a net between her front seats, so she kind of have something to rest her purse against on the console. And he decided that would be a good place to kind of put his little chin. And something about the angle there was just perfectly symmetrical. And so he's looking right at you, and he's just trying to tell you all about it. And I think my wife made a meme out of this that says, you know, I am not a backseat driver. I'm a navigation specialist. Busy being a navigation specialist out there.
Right. Now,
So photogenic.
oh yeah, and you just wait till you see this next picture because it has a story behind it. Because he's a typical Great Pyrenees. When you call him, that's what he does, right, Craig?
Sometimes yes. Sometimes yes. I don't know if I'm ready to come in just yet. And then we kind of, all right, come on, Sebastian. And he'll all right, fine, and kind of begrudgingly come on in. Other times he just hightails it into the house.
All right. What was he doing in this picture? Do you know?
He was looking at the clouds.
Looking at the clouds.
Yeah, and that picture, he was just sitting there happily watching the clouds go by. At night, I think he's got really good vision. At night, he'll watch. We'll get a low flying airplane, and he'll watch the airplane. He'll track the airplane across the sky. He loves that. I'm not sure what he really does.
They got night vision that'll blow your mind, but see, that's their second line of defense. First line of defense is they hear the threat coming.
Yeah,
and usually we may never hear it because he intimidated it, turn around, go the other way, but they have to verify it with their vision. Okay.
Yeah, that's interesting.
Yeah,
that makes sense.
But it does make sense. And usually when they don't come to you when you call them, a little training tip of the day to maybe alleviate a little bit of frustration. It's not because they're stubborn. It could be because they're still on duty and they're committed to their job because nobody's there to take over for them. Right.
That makes sense too. He does like to walk the perimeter of the backyard. When he first goes out in the morning and kind of his last trip at night, he kind of walks the perimeter and makes sure everything's okay. Make sure there's no rogue possums that have the audacity to walk across our fence line.
Right. So he's classic Pierre.
Yeah.
Does he like to ride in the car?
He does. He really does, and he's a great traveler. He'll kind of look out the window for a while on one side, and then look out on the other, and then he'll try to talk to you a little bit, like in that photograph we were looking at earlier, and then just kind of lays down and just kind of lays down with his head up and just kind of rests and enjoys the ride. He's a great rider.
It looks like he brushes himself too, because the two pictures we've seen him in the car, he's just like that.
Yeah, that's funny. I wish you could. Yeah. We don't have him. He's not doing that just yet, but maybe next week.
Okay. What about cats? You have any cats?
So we have rabbits, and I don't know if you can see over there off to the side. You can see a little low hutch over there by our back fence.
Let me take that picture down.
Yeah, no worries. So we have 3 rabbits out there, and he totally ignores them. Like he goes over and he might sniff at them a couple times a week, and then he just kind of walks away. The rabbits don't bother him at all.
All right. So and if they get along with rabbits, you've got a much higher chance of them doing well with cats.
Exactly. Yeah. So I have not seen him with a cat, but I have to imagine that he would be fine with a cat. Yeah.
All right. Do you have any questions, Sydney? We got to move along. We got more to bring up.
Yeah.
What kind of home do you think he would need there, Craig? The perfect home for him?
Well, he has I think he's good by himself. He likes to sit out and just I'll sit out here in the evening with him, and he'll maybe wander around a little bit and then just lay down on the concrete like this and watch the world go by. So I think, a home with older kids would be great. A home with female dogs would be great. Both of those things would be wonderful, and neither of those things. He would probably be fine with just a single couple as well.
So he would do well without a companion to run around and play with?
I think so, right? I think he gets maybe. I do think he would be okay without a companion. Let me see if I can bring his companion out. We'll see if we can get a little round of the Zoom.
Right. Well, I want to bring our puppies up while you're doing that. Great Pyrenees Rescue Society.org. That's where Sebastian is too. Boy, you guys are really on a roll, Sydney. All these perfect pairs, you know it.
I know.
Wow, ain't that something? So that's good. Well, we're gonna Colorado. Everybody put your jackets on. We're gonna take a ride to Colorado. And that's where their stuff is. All right, welcome to the snow. Oh, sorry about that, Sherry. I didn't notice what I did.
It's okay.
So, well, they got some litters in now. They got a litter of puppies in, and there might be more of the same litter coming in, and they're not even 8 weeks old yet. So, and, maybe I won't play Sebastian. I got it because we don't want to run them short on time. Wow. I do have one more question for Craig, though.
Yeah, please.
Have you walked him yet? How does he do on a leash?
I have walked him. He's great on a leash. He just pull. I mean, he lets you know that he's there, but he's not yanking you all over the sidewalk trying to get to whatever's going to happen next.
Awesome.
So he's just a really relaxed guy. I've thoroughly enjoyed having him as a foster, but I want him to be able to get to someone who's going to be able to devote more time to him. Yeah. And I know that you've got other fish to fry in this show, but this is our female dog, Aspen, is going to try to get him the business, get him to run. Oh, come on. Are you going to get him, Sebastian? Thinking about it.
Sorry, Judy, you'll be up in a second.
Are you going to do something?
We got dogs, okay? Judy's probably mad anyway. Of all dogs to bring on that could have competition against little bitty puppies, we did it. All right. There you go, Zoomies.
Oh, man. All right. Well, thank you so much for having us on the show. Right. Great dog, and available for questions, and let me know. Thank you all.
All right. You going to stay up for us, Joe, or I don't remember your answer last night?
I'm going to stay on. Yeah, I'll stay on.
Okay. All right. Well, let's move forward and let's meet some baby puppies here. Let's see what the video says. Okay, we got to make Puppy big. Where's Puppy at? Way down there in the corner. Oh, they're bigger than I thought they were. Do I need to bring Michael up, Judy? Nope. We got you. We got you. Yeah, perfect. Now is
the puppies are getting bored and going outside.
Maybe I do need to bring him up here. I'm going to see if the audio's any different, and I'll say something.
Hello?
That is better. But mute the mic on that phone, or I'll do it for you. Don't worry about it. I'll do it for you.
Okay.
Now say something.
All right. That better?
Oh, yeah. Perfect. Perfect. See what happens when you don't come in to let us dial in? So those puppies look a little bigger than I thought they were going to be.
Yeah, they're kind of huge for their age, but and they just got bored and all ran outside, so I'm going to have to lure them back in again. Yeah. I had some toys in here earlier, and they took them all outside, and now they want to go outside and play with them. So, come here, puppies.
Now this one.
Come here, puppies.
Quit yelling in our ears, Judy. I'll mute you.
Come on.
Go ahead, and I'll watch you when you come in. she hurt me.
Those puppies are so cute. Those roly-poly, fluffy caterpillars.
Yeah.
Maybe we can let them out in the hallway here.
Now, they're not ready for adoption yet because they're too young. Is that correct, Judy?
Yeah, they were born, we're guessing, around January 10th. So I think that makes them like 46 days old today.
And some of them were already given away, weren't they, before you even knew about them?
We think so. We're not sure. Backyard breeder in Dodge City, Kansas, apparently had them. We don't know if this was an oops litter, if she's doing this on purpose to sell them, but mom and 3 puppies ran away, picked up by animal control. They sat on stray hold all week. Nobody claimed them. And so the gal that I work with in Dodge City, Kansas, actually took them home the day that they got into the shelter because she didn't want them getting sick. And anyway, nobody picked them up. So she said, okay, I'll transport them to you this week. So she did. And then at the very last minute, she got a call from the owner. Apparently the owner had been gone. A neighbor was supposed to be taking care of the puppies. Mama and 3 puppies ran off. She still has 3 puppies. And she said that she would let us have them if she couldn't sell them.
Okay. So sounds like backyard breeder possibly, right?
I would think so, yeah. But they're good looking little puppies.
They are. They're adorable. And I apologize for bringing bringing on such good-looking GPRS dogs too. But they're not adoptable yet, so we're okay. They didn't hurt those puppies.
Yeah, they just got their first shots last week, so I'd like to at least get a couple sets of puppy shots in them and make sure they're nice and safe, especially after our fiasco with Smokey and Bandit. So
yeah, hang on just a second, Judy. I got to bring Sebastian up for a second here. We got us a good shot of him. He is competition to your puppies because usually we bring puppies up and do this.
Come on, guys.
I bet you old Judy's going to, or Becky's going to kill me, isn't she?
Probably.
Not only did I leave her in the video, I harassed her. To know Becky is to love Becky. Now, that's her story and everything. And that's about all you got for them. Now,
yeah, pretty much.
That dog that we saw in the countdown timer video, Felix, is he on that side?
Yes, he's right here, right in front of me.
There's your superstar right there.
He looks like a mess. He just had eye surgery last week, and he's already destroyed 2 cones. And as you can see, he's working on another one.
He can't catch a break, can he?
No, this is his 4th eye surgery, his 7th surgery total since we got him last summer.
Wow.
He has just been, and all this stuff is like totally unrelated.
Wow.
It's just like one bad thing after another, but none of it really has anything to do with the other.
Has any of those things come back on his skin? He used to, what were they he would got that you had removed those lumps?
Seromas.
Oh, okay.
They were called seromas.
Okay.
They're just plasma-filled lumps.
Okay.
But then they put a Penrose drain in to drain them. And we figured out very quickly that he had a latex allergy. The drains are made out of latex. So then they turned into these hard lumps inside of him. It was a mess.
All right, somebody adopt Felix. He's being abused in the rescue.
He is. We just keep having somebody cut on him every month. It's terrible.
But I got to bring Sarge back up for a second. He's cuddling. See, they're overshadowing the puppies. Can you believe that? Wowzer.
There you go.
You've been watching the show. You've been on the show, Judy. GPRS has been on a long run of perfect peers lately.
Yes.
Yeah. So, but then again, so have you.
I've got some pretty good ones, but I have a few that has issues.
Well, yeah. Don't they all? That's called being a dog.
Yeah.
All right.
They all pretty much act like Pyrenees, but
Well,
A couple of them need special homes.
I'm noticing your kennel is quiet with puppies running around uncontained, or in the hall area.
I can't figure that out either. Because yesterday they were all barking their heads off.
They don't want to make anybody look bad on the show.
You know, something really interesting is for the last probably 4 or 5 nights, we've got a lot of coyotes out here. And I think it's coyote mating season.
It is.
So the coyotes have been howling a lot at night, which has made everybody in the whole kennel bark all night long.
Wow.
And somehow overnight, these puppies have all learned their big dog bark. Just while we were waiting. Yeah, these puppies. Just while we were waiting for the show, for us to get on the show, every single one of them barked out loud. And that's the first time I've ever heard them bark.
Wow. Now, they're only approximately 6-7 weeks old, aren't they?
Yes.
Aren't they huge?
And they're probably pushing 30 pounds now.
Whoa. That's going to be big dogs out there. So all you folks that want the classic Great Pyrenees, Judy, do you have any suspicion at all there's any other breed in them at this point?
I really don't think so. I mean, there's everything about them. I even counted every single one of them has double dews. They're very typical looking Pyrenees to me. Yeah, I don't see anything.
They're not even badger faced or anything.
No, they're absolutely pure white. It's really hard to tell them apart.
Right. See, everybody thinks it's rare to get a purebred out of rescue. Actually, it's not that rare. Rescues have purebred. They just
I've had several.
Sure. They don't have any way of knowing for sure. Okay.
Well, I'm a rescue for the Great Pyrenees Club of America.
Yep.
So quite often we get breeders that want to get rid of their breeding dogs, or they have puppies that don't quite meet the standards for a show dog or whatever. So those dogs come with papers and pedigrees.
Yeah, because they're recognized by the AKC. It's just the only problem of it is that the AKC contributes to overpopulation.
Exactly. Yeah, I can't say that I'm a real fan of this, but I can't say I'm a big, huge fan of the brewers. But also, that being said, if we didn't have somebody breeding good purebred pedigreed Pyrenees, we wouldn't have any anymore.
We wouldn't have.
So I have to support a few good purebred breeders who breed for the love of the breed, but not too many of them.
Julie thinks they could be part polar bear.
They might be. It's entirely possible.
Yeah, you are in Colorado, and
we don't have polar bears in Colorado.
Oh.
We have grizzly bears, brown bears, black bears, but no polar bears.
Do you have any questions for Judy?
Yeah. So Judy, how long have you had these puppies?
I got them last Tuesday.
Oh my gosh, they already look fluffier and bigger from those initial photos.
Yes.
Yes.
Significantly.
Yeah.
Well, my experience with Pyrenees puppies is they gain 3 to 4 pounds a week.
Yeah.
That's the first picture I ever saw right there.
Yeah, and the weights that I got on them, at transport were like, I think Denali, the little one, she was like 20.8 pounds, and the biggest one, Whitney, was like 23 something. So there's only a couple pounds between them, but
that's Denali.
I'm thinking that was the initial weight when they came into the shelter, which was a week ago Monday.
Can you point Mitchell out to me out there, or even can you? I mean,
well, somebody just squatted and peed, so that wasn't this. Oh, that was Mitchell that squatted and peed.
My boy Charlie, he was a male. He would squat and pee when he didn't feel like raising his leg.
Mitchell's the one over by the door.
Okay, and that's Mitchell on the screen too.
Yeah.
He's surrounded. He's the only boy of the little.
He doesn't mind though.
Yeah. Hey, I do have a question for the dogs at your facility. Do you have a way of cat testing them, or do you just feel it out other ways?
I've never really had a big, huge issue with cats because I've had cats and Pyrenees, at least 2 of each in my house, for 25, 30 years now.
Okay.
And my experience is that once they figure out the cats live in your house and that you take care of them and you feed them and they're part of the family, they generally get okay with them. They may not be best friends with them. They may not cuddle up and sleep with them, but they pretty much.
They don't.
No. I've had lots of cats and peers that have been friends with each other, but I would say probably 2/3 of them have just politely ignored each other
And existed in unity.
Yeah, and oddly enough, the peers always feel like they must protect their cats, even if they don't like them that much.
Oh, that's right. Because if there's an active threat, now the cat, the humans, mom and dad, everybody are just sheep. Right?
Yeah, pretty much.
Because what
you know, I think a lot of people don't give the peer enough of a chance. I think they bring a dog home and they've got a cat. And the dog, if he's never seen a cat before, of course he's going to chase it, because I think in his mind it's like, hey, you got a wild animal in your house. Let me take care of that for you.
Yeah. And
but as soon as you kind of do the introductions and you give the cat like a baby gate that it can duck under, or a bedroom where it can go hide under the bed, someplace where it's safe, I think within a week or so, you're probably going to figure out, well, the dog's like, oh, that thing actually lives here and nobody seems to care.
Right.
Okay, well, I guess maybe I can live with this.
And one of the biggest things that we run into in the training world is that the human is the one that causes the problem between the dog and the cat. And there's a fine line between intervening and interfering. Okay. They, and I'm not going to say all of them, so don't go out there and just throw your dog with your cat. All right. But a lot of times that's what happens. You be benevolent parent and they can get along. I mean, they can coexist. Let's put it that way. To be honest, I think every single one of my peers has a scar on its nose from the first time they backed a cat into the corner. They have,
and then they figured out that cats are like mentally unstable and they're hissy and spitty and scratchy and really unpleasant to deal with. So I would say that most of the time, my peers have a healthy respect for cats.
Mine do. Yeah. Sasha's in on a kick right now chasing the cats until yesterday. Cat got tired of it. Yep.
Turned around and nailed her.
Yep. She doesn't. She says, "Okay, I remember this," and that is typical of the breed. Now, you could run into a situation where the cat got attacked by a mountain lion while on a walk on a leash. So that dog you may want to supervise. But what's the chances of that happening?
Probably pretty small.
So usually it is fear. Maybe we've thrown them together too soon. It's just so many different factors, but the Great Pyrenees, they make very intelligent snap decisions in emergency situations. Okay.
But something really weird that I've noticed is my cat originally was an indoor cat, but we have a doggy door, and unfortunately the cat learned how to use it, and I don't know quite what to do about that. But the cat likes... train a cat, right.
Hey, Animal Planet used to think you could.
Anyway, so our cat occasionally goes outside when the weather's nice, but she sticks real close to the house. She just walks around the house. So my dogs look out the front. We've got about 10, 12 acres out in our front yard, and we've got a lot of, voles and rabbits and mice and stuff out in the field, and prairie dogs, chipmunks, junk like that. So we have a lot of hawks and falcons and owls and stuff that like to hunt.
Wow.
And quite often, my dogs will see our cat walking around outside. They don't even bark at her. They pay no attention to her whatsoever. But if one of the neighbor's cats comes over to hunt for mice or something in our front field, my dogs lose their minds. Partly because that is not our cat. And the other part is... the other part is that those are our bunnies and our mice out there. And Tundra has it in his mind that those are part of his flock too. And he does not like owls or falcons or hawks chasing his bunnies. And he does not like the feral cats next door coming over and hunting out his little animals either.
Wow.
Which I find to be rather humorous.
Wow. And I'll tell you this. is a majestic Great Pyrenees right there. Look at that.
Just
Boy.
watching the world go by, just happy as can be.
And we already know he watches clouds go by.
Yep.
That's a whole new level of entertaining himself.
Good.
All right. Wow.
And oh my God, it's February and you've got green grass. I can't even believe that.
They're in Texas, Judy. All right. All right. Any closing statements? Anybody? Somebody's got a closing statement. Was that Marge with a closing statement?
You're a good boy. Oh, you're a good girl. This is Whitney.
Is that Whitney?
This is Whitney.
All right, we're on overtime. We got us a close up. All right. We have a user that wants to know where the snow is. They're indoors.
Outside.
Yeah, they're indoors. Thank goodness it's not snowing inside, but it has, right, Judy?
Yeah, actually, it's kind of out there. It's really just big patches of ice and big puddles because it's kind of been thawing for the last couple of days, so it's just a mess out there.
Judy responded to the comment, the statement in the video, just so you know. They do make great play toys. I understand that, especially when you have puppies in a kennel when they were surprise puppies. And Judy actually did a good job. I mean, Becky actually did a good job. And she knows I was just funning with her. So that's a good thing. You got some good volunteers down there. GPRS has some good volunteers. And speaking of GPRS volunteers, if you're in Texas in the Houston area, go volunteer at the GPRS headquarters. They need a hand there, and big time. Judy has some set volunteers that are very loyal, and they're very good. So
we'll take more, though. We can
And
always use more volunteers.
But for you don't want them in the Houston area, right?
Nope, I need them in Peyton, Colorado Springs area.
Okay, all right. Hi, Ashley. I wonder why yours says Facebook user. You must be watching it out of the group. They keep changing the rules. That's Ashley. She's with the Montana Great Pyrenees Rescue. And Sharon says it's 82 degrees where she's at in Texas. And I think she's near Houston or in Houston area. So that means if you're somewhere within striking distance of Peyton, Colorado, come down and help them with some dogs. I tell you, it's very rewarding. Very rewarding. They almost couldn't drag me out of GPRS's headquarters when I visited. I was negotiating splitting rent with one of the dogs in the doghouse down there. It's a good facility. That's a good facility, except they hold more dogs technically you can hold more dogs than just about anyone in the country if you because you got more acreage. Just don't have buildings on them yet. So what's that? Wow. All right, we got to go. We're on overtime, and pretty soon Sydney's gonna reach through that monitor and wring my neck.
Well, thank you to all our guests for coming on today.
Absolutely.
Just what a wonderful show, and we're so grateful that you took time to bring your fosters and highlight them for us all.
And there's not many dogs that can compete with puppies like that. And they did. Man, some good looking puppies. You guys have really been on a roll. And because whenever the bio says, and the foster supports it because they wrote it, that they never have to correct the dog. All right. Always remember, everybody thinks that you can't get a perfect dog in rescue. How about we redefine perfection? Isn't perfection more between you and the dog at hand on that feeling there? So, because we happen to know we got some great news out of the headquarters. The less than perfect dog got adopted because that person thought she was perfect.
Yeah. And
that would be Winter.
Yep.
Okay.
Yep. It's
so
amazing.
Even Winter was the perfect dog. So they're out there, but it's up to you to determine who's perfect and who's not.
Yeah.
All right. Yes, they do need them bad, Sharon. GPRS headquarters. A lot of dogs there. So, but that's what we got. So we're going to get out of here. One more from Sharon. Yours was a Spaniel mix with what? Great Pyrenees? That'd be a tough one physically, depending on the Spaniel. All right, everybody. I could just sit here and watch these dogs the rest of the day. I'm sorry. And we still have a lot of people viewing too. So apparently they can too.
Yeah.
But we're out of here.
Again, thank you, everyone.
Thank you for getting those puppies in. I know you're not a big puppy fan either, but they deserve to live too. Oh, I lost her. Why can't we hear? Oh, that's why. Sorry. Say that again, Judy.
Said goodbye. Have a good Sunday.
All right, we're out of here.